Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. For the last year or so, Sony has been slowly putting together their own little Spider-Verse without the Spider-Man. Spidey is of course a part of the MCU right now, and early reports said that Sony wanted to keep the shared Spider-Verse separate from Spider-Man and the MCU, which is an odd choice. However, some recent rumors have said that the Spider-Verse actually is a part of the MCU, so I honestly don't know what's actually happening. But with all of the movies they've announced, I figured I'd do a video going over all of them, as it can be a bit hard to keep track. So let's get started. Venom. Tom Hardy will star as Eddie Brock in the first Spider-Verse movie, which just finished filming the other day, and is set to hit theaters on October 5th this fall. This is described as a horror thriller, with it apparently taking inspirations from Venom's Planet of the Symbiotes and Lethal Protector story arcs of the comics. Joining him in the cast is Michelle Williams as Eddie's ex-wife Anne Weying. Eventually she turns into She-Venom in the comics, along with Riz Ahmed, Jenny Slate, and Woody Harrelson, all in unconfirmed roles. Though MCU Exchange did put out a scoop recently saying that Slate is playing a scientist named Dora Skirth, an original character created for the movie who's working for a company called the Life Foundation. They also said that Scott Hayes would be playing a character named Roland Treese, a member of the Life Foundation's board of directors. Ahmed is rumored to be playing either Carlton Drake, a scientist with a particular interest in symbiotes, or Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, though it's rumored Harrelson may also be playing Carnage. Also, on IMDb, Sailor LaRoque and Reed Scott are listed as Scream and Toxin respectively. This hasn't been confirmed to my knowledge, but it would make sense. Although it has been insisted in the past that Venom is outside of the MCU, recent reports suggesting that Tom Holland's Peter Parker will cameo have cast doubt on that. Like I said, Venom just finished filming the other day, so if I had to guess, I'd say we'll probably get the first trailer for this somewhere in the March to May range. Silver and Black. This is the only other Spider-Verse movie to actually have a release date. It is currently set for February 8th, 2019. It is reportedly set to start filming in March, and it currently has a director with Gina Prince Bythewood, and two screenwriters with Christopher Yost and Lisa Joy Nolan. Although there have been no castings thus far, considering the imminent shooting date, I would expect casting announcements for Black Cat and Silver Sable, the film's leads, at some point over the course of February. Rumors have stated that Katie Sackhoff and Emilia Clarke are both being considered. We know next to nothing about this, but rumors have pegged Mendel Strom, aka Robot Master, as the main villain of the movie. Further rumors had said that the Scorpion and Tarantula will serve as Strom's henchmen. If this is in the MCU, that means Michael Mando might reprise his role as Matt Gargan. It's also said that the Chameleon and Tombstone will appear, and rumored that this movie will introduce a brand new all-female superhero team composed of Spider-Woman, Dusk, Stunner, and Jackpot, along with Silver Sable and Black Cat. Additional rumors list characters like Felicia's father, Silver Sable's Wild Pack, Dominic Fortune, Norman Osborn, and Charles Standish, an employee of Oscorp. With this movie's March shooting date and February 2019 release, I'd expect our first trailer for this sometime around August or September. Morbius the Living Vampire. There is no real news on this, it's just been announced that this is being considered by Sony. Morbius the Living Vampire is an enemy of Spider-Man in the comics. As his name implies, he is a living vampire. As of right now, the movie has two writers, with Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama. Burke and Matt have written a lot of films together, including Gods of Egypt, Dracula Untold, Power Rangers, and The Last Witch Hunter. If I'm being honest, that's kind of a rocky resume, so I don't know what to expect here, but I'm interested to see what comes of this. We'll likely get some updates for this over the next year or so, and I'd personally expect this for a fall 2019 release, probably around October. Sinister Six. This movie has long been in development and is rumored to still be in the works. Originally, it had Drew Goddard attached to direct, but with him now making X-Force, that's unlikely. His version of the movie, which was set for a 2016 release and was set in the universe of the Amazing Spider-Man films, would feature Green Goblin, the Rhino, Kraven, Vulture, Dr. Octopus, and Mysterio as the team's members. Now, if this movie is still happening, it's very likely that has changed a good bit. If this is all in the MCU, which I hope it is, that would mean that a Spider-Man cameo is inevitable. Another option, and one I'm personally a fan of, is that this is based on Nick Spencer's The Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which featured Boomerang, Beetle, Speed Demon, Overdrive, and the Shocker in the lineup. And yes, that is only 5 members. This book was very, very good, and really more of a comedy, which I think could make a great movie. If it is that version, I would honestly like to see Edgar Wright directing it. I know he probably wouldn't want to try his hand again with Marvel after what happened with Ant-Man, but I do think he'd do a great job for that kind of story. But there's no telling what version of the Sinister Six we'll be getting, if we get one at all. Night Watch. This is by far the oddest announcement. It was reported last year that Sony was considering a Spike Lee directed Night Watch movie, with Ed Reichert currently working on a screenplay. Night Watch, in case you don't know, is a very obscure Spider-Man character from the 90s who, to put it simply, is pretty much Marvel's version of Spawn, in more ways than one. This one's kind of head-scratching. Like, why would they pick Night Watch before, I don't know, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen, The Prowler, Silk, literally anyone else? But here we are. Regardless, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it, but a large part of me doubts it's going to happen at all. But that's every Spider-Verse movie Sony has announced thus far, though I'm sure they have more in the works. I really hope all of this does end up being a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it'd really work best there. But what do you guys think about these movies? What are some of the things you would like to see in them? Or some of the movies you'd like to see them make? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and if this is your first video, welcome again to Area 616. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more. I post new videos every Monday and Friday. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.